Good morning, cuties. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, cuties. This live, oh my goodness, I was so triggered yesterday, and I just wonder how Cassie feels. Oh my God. The downfall of the diabolical Diddy. He's a monster. But hold up and wait a minute. Rochelle, you know I got to acknowledge you before I even say hello to anybody else. Thank you so very much, Rochelle, for the super chat. You say, good morning, Lady Warrior. Thank you for all your amazing commentary. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the discussions when we have it. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and play which one I want to pick. This one. Thank you, Rochelle. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. Well, I think it's going to go on top. Hold on.
Plenty dollars. Can we get
Thank you again, Rochelle White. I appreciate you so much. But let me say some quick hellos, and we're going to get into a tough discussion this morning. Before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Where is it? This will be a trigger warning. Trigger warning. For any of you, yes, Red, and OMG, I was so mad. I really was, and hurt and triggered. For any of us that has experienced DV in any form, but especially the physical, yeah, it was triggering. It really was. So I want to put that up first. I'm also going to go ahead and put up my copyright disclaimer. I will be sharing a video from the Shade Room. I'm sure all of you have seen it. If not, if this is your first time, again, trigger warning. And I will be sharing this. It is covered under fair use, copyright disclaimer. This is actually courtesy of CNN. But did the statement come through from the LAPD? Yes. Okay. Shared initially via CNN, and then it hit the airwaves, child, social media. And I want this monster, unfortunately, well, we'll get into that. Shoot, where is that picture of him? Dog, StreamYard is tripping. Let me say some hellos. I have it in another way that I'll share it, but shout out to those of you that are in the chat. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Phenomenal Black Woman, T. Lee, my sis, Pink Diva, Regina B. Good morning. Veronica Monroe, Bonnie Mason, Crochet and Music, Gloria Williams, Zephyr Chi, Fifi, let's see, Angela Richardson. Angela, I'm tired, child. I was out in them streets all day yesterday. I didn't get in till late last night, but I had a good time yesterday. But thanks for asking, sis. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, Mama V. Good morning. Linda Gamble, the legend of the mod stick. Do you hear me? Thank you, Linda. Good morning. And thank you for modding as well. Shout out to the cutie mods. We are still praying for Tyra and her sister as well for Tyra. Good morning, Felicia. Hey, Linda R. Hey, Ruthie. Again, thank you, Rochelle. Let's see. Teresa Anderson, good morning. Red and my sis, good morning, Miss Lady One, Lady Sweetness. I'm coming early, guys, because you know we have Let Loose tonight. So I said, let me start getting in early on Saturdays because, I can't wait until the afternoon, and then we let loose, and then all of that good stuff. But we will be having a live watch party of Love and Marriage Huntsville over on Patreon, or if you are a member of the Cutie Crew on YouTube, you will have access as well. Did you Red and Child, baby? I shop till I drop. Do you hear me? Shop till I drop. I also got a lot of things from my brother. You guys know he helped me move. I wanted to repay him with a vacation. His schedule is busy. Mine is busy for the summer. So I did a lot of shopping at his favorite store for him. I got to mail it out. But baby, tag. I also went out Thursday night, guys. We'll talk about a Cutie Crew. We'll talk about it. Red Ann got me. I'm looking at the phone, Red Ann. Well, yeah, we're going to get into the LAPD and the statement that they released. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Ann. Ann Green. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Let's see. Classy KC. Lady Sweetness to you. Shout out to the Cutie Crew in here representing on this Saturday morning. Hey, Ebony. Grand Rising. Okay. So I'm sorry, Barbara Cobb. Thank you so much for joining the Cutie Crew. Welcome. You guys, I am redoing intro. I want something special that I can play when somebody join a member as well. I'll get that together. Oh, it's busy for me. But I'll get that together as well. Cutie Crew, do not forget, we are starting our working out. I'm starting tomorrow, okay? Because I'm tired. The beautiful IPT Flame. And thank you. Good morning, Pamela as well. Shout out to all of you that's joining me. We're going to go ahead and get into this video. And again, this is regarding the downfall of Diddy. If you've been under a rock, child, you haven't seen what's been going on. But do know that Cassie sued Diddy, I think it's around November or so of last year, somewhere around there. And he settled ASAP within 24 hours. They say allegedly it was $30+ million. And I knew then, I didn't question Cassie at all, but I knew then, as quick as this man settled, that everything she said he did. And in this video that we're going to watch in a couple seconds, everything that Cassie put in that lawsuit regarding this incident that happened at the hotel, the Intercontinental in Los Angeles, we saw it with our own eyes yesterday. And I was, again, triggered. I was sad for her. It reminded me of the scene from What's Love Got to Do With It. We know that was based off of Tina Turner and Ike Turner when she ran across that highway, child, getting away from him. He's a coward. And he should be up under the jail. Now, this is my thing. This is one incident that we saw on camera. Imagine all of the other incidents as well as all of the other women that was not on camera. Now, a lot of people, before I play this video, they're wondering how and why this video just surfaced. Allegedly, Diddy paid that hotel $50K for that footage. Allegedly. A lot of news agencies are reporting that. Perez Hilton was the first that came out and said that. Red Ann, that's on my paper notes right here. Red Ann say, what about Kim Porter? And we'll get into it, but it is my opinion that he has something to do with Kim Porter's death. It is my opinion. They're saying, Red Ann, that possibly during that raid, that's how this footage was discovered. They said Diddy had allegedly, I gotta say, countless and countless of videos that just shows how much of a monster he is because he kept these videos. They also said that Diddy had cameras in every room in his home, meaning those that was partying at Diddy's house, all these men that's scared to speak up, and they participated allegedly in these alleged freak-offs, he got them on camera too. Sons' rooms with their girlfriends, camera too. He's sick. Bathrooms, everything, Red Ann. That's alleged, and that's what's going around. Hidden cameras in every room. And they said that was discovered during that raid. I'm not sure which home, but we'll get into more. Because I definitely want to make sure I read some of you all's comments. This will be a quick power hour, but let me go ahead and share. And I am going to say again, and put this up on the screen. But we do want to say prayers going up to Cassie. Prayers going up to H, I believe. She's the one that gave an interview with Tasha K years ago, maybe 6-7 years ago. And she said, we'll get into Gina. But trigger warning, turn your eyes away from your computer, phones, or anything else if you do not want to see this. But I definitely want to show this. So again, this is courtesy of the Shade Room. And the reason why I chose the Shade Room to share this is because they did, try to block out as much as possible. But let's go ahead and take a look, guys. I don't think it's any sound.
Sean Diddy Combs. The video assaulting his then girlfriend, Cassie.
I'm going to play it again, but I want you guys to see that right there. She was running, trying to get to this elevator to escape. This man in a towel and socks only runs, grabs her, and throws her to the ground, and she's laying there in the fetal position. Let's continue.
Cassie Ventura in a hallway at a...
That was a kick to her head. That was a kick to her head. Yes, El Nicole. It does look like that's when she tried to escape, when he was showering.
Los Angeles hotel in March 2016.
Look at her laying there. Look at her laying there. Oh, did I send that? I think I did. I believe I sent it to myself, but after this, I'm going to play, and I'm going to play this nonstop, but I want to stop and give my reaction. But if you guys can think back, there was a video that he took of Cassie laying on the ground under a cover, and she was in a fetal position then. That wasn't no hide and damn seek, okay? That was not hide and seek or no game or nothing. He had beat her then, and she was under that cover scared, and he decides to go live. But let me go ahead.
A lawsuit filed by Ventura.
That's another hard kick, as you just said, Red Ann. Hard kick.
In November last year and settled the next day. Referenced actions.
Then he drags her. Oh, this is triggering. Drags her down the hall.
That seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio. According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which, according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. The complaint goes on to say he grabbed her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her.
That was him throwing a glass vase at her right here. What a monster.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video captured on multiple cameras.
So I'm gonna pause right there, guys. Let me stop sharing this screen because I did send to myself on Instagram. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to you all. Okay. Yeah, it was on Snapchat that he uploaded. And let me double check. I have so many messages that I starred. But let me see if I can find this one. Yeah, right here. Okay, so let me show you guys this and then we'll discuss. I don't know if I want to reshare that first video, but let me show you guys this one. So as I just mentioned, this is how cocky a lot of these monsters are. And he's been taunting her even up until recently after paying her. But he had the audacity to share this. Come on. And I want you guys to really look at this. This wasn't for no play. This wasn't no play. This is courtesy of It's On Site. And it is a resurfaced video of Diddy recording Cassie hiding under a blanket. Hiding under a blanket. Let's take a look. Hey, Megan.
What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, your baby.
Now, do you guys see that? This is her up under the cover blanket, and he talking about what you got to say now. What you got to say now. Let's take a look again.
I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach. What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, your baby. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach. What you got to say now?
That's about all I can take. Hot outside. They somewhere, I believe they said that that video was taken in Hawaii. And there's no way in the world that she's going to be under a blanket up like that. And again, he's taunting her. Regina, you said, I didn't know he kicked her. Yes, in the head, wherever it's wrong. But I didn't know. So glad it's out. Wow, everybody called her a liar. I'm saddened for Cassie. He's sick and deranged. He is. But I put in the title about the LAPD making a statement, and I want to go ahead and show you guys. Child, okay. StreamYard is tripping. I'm so glad I left these pictures up. Hold on, let me make sure. Is it in here? My goodness. I'm gonna have to go to Instagram. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blank screens. Let me bring that up real quick, guys. Yes, I sent that to myself as well. I sent it from 50 Cent page, but also went to the LADA office's page. So before we get into our quick discussion, let me read you guys what they said about this. LaShawn Williams, welcome to the Cutie crew. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that when we have our members only and all of that you're not shy, because we cut up over there. But we also have some deep discussions also when it comes to topics such as this. So thank you so much, LaShawn. Let me read you guys this statement. 50 Cent shared this. 50 Cent shared this. So I'm going to read it to you guys, but this is the statement that the LADA office released this morning. And they said, we are aware of the video that has been circulating online, allegedly, ain't no damn alleged in that, depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman, Cassie, in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge, as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. So they're saying that they can't go back and arrest him for this. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from the Bureau of Victim Services. That's BS to me. Why are there limitations? A lot of people say, why does she wait so long? Why does she wait so long? That is typically what a lot of women, especially, but some men go through DV as well, but typically they don't speak out right away. And then you also have to realize this man is considered a powerful with means and money and all of that. And I'm sure that that was intimidating as well. Before I get into the discussion, I want to show you guys how, what is his name on Instagram, child? I put pity. Hold on, let's see. Because this was a picture that I sent and didn't go through as well. Let me see. All this BS, brother love, doctor love, or whatever he call himself going by. No, sir. No, sir. I'm going to share this and then I'm done sharing. But I wanted to show you guys again. This is taunting as well. What he had the nerve to post the other day. Let me share my screen. Oh, shoot. StreamYard is tripping. 172 of you in here joining me. Thank you, guys. Please hit the like button for me. And we're going to have a tough discussion. But as you guys can see, should see in a second, this is Diddy's post 4 days ago. Time tells truth. And you damn right, time done told the truth on you. Yes, it does. God don't like ugly. And this post 4 days ago was still trying to give people the impression that, oh no, this is not true about me. And in time, you guys will learn. You guys will learn. And guess what? We sure did. We sure did, with video proof. With video proof. What a monster. And then also, you know, he has, it's not just about the daughters to me, but he has 4 daughters and 3 sons. 4 daughters and 3 sons. And I always say this when you have these men out here just reckless, moving crazy, taunting ex-wives, Martell Holt, and anybody else, all of the above, and they have daughters. I always wonder, how would they feel if their daughters suffered the same treatment that they do to women? You know, he's a monster. He's a monster. Before I move on, somebody mentioned, what about Kim Porter? And I'm just going to tell you guys this. I have always felt, always from the time that she passed, may she rest in peace, I always felt that Diddy had something to do with that. Seemingly, she was a healthy woman. She is connected to, had kids by, and had money and means and all of that. And means, when I say that, she had access to some of the best doctors, and these are just my feelings. I don't know what's true or not. I think, because it was going around that she was about to come out with a tell-all book. And I think this man has something to do with it. I'm sorry. There's some disturbing things that's been released. One of her best friends yesterday said that Diddy used Cassie to taunt Kim as well. I do know at points Cassie and Kim, they weren't friends. I don't want to say that, but they were cordial to one another. And one of the rumors that were going around before Kim passed, right before she passed, was that her and Cassie had a talk and made amends, because Cassie had left Diddy at that time. And I just think this man has something to do with it. And I hope that if he did, that it comes out. Allegedly, he was making phone calls to the coroner's office, wanting that autopsy report and all of that. And looking at this video, my thoughts, and he can sue me for my thoughts. I think he had something to do with it. May she rest in peace. But he has 3 kids back him. He's groomed one of them, his son Christian, in my opinion. He's groomed that boy. Christian is also in the lawsuit. One of them. And it was an employee on a yacht that they were on. And she said that she experienced abuse. Yes, Bobby, I'm going to have your comment, but that is what was said. I don't even want to say it, but Kim's friend said that Diddy wanted to make, allegedly, Kim lick something that's used when a woman is on her monthly. That's how I put that. Bobby, I had to have YouTube flagged your comment anyway, but I had to hide it. That's what Kim's best friend came out and said. Also, Kimora Lee Simmons came out and said something initially. She looked quiet now, but she was real close to Kim. This also made me look up one of her best friend, Ebony. She hasn't said anything, but her and Kim were best friends. They used to travel together and all of that. She hasn't said anything, but I'm sure they all have stories, all of them. And this person, if Cassie went through that, imagine what Kim went through. And you guys know, was he a bodyguard? I think his name was Gene or whatever, but he came out and said that Diddy broke Kim's nose and all of that. So I'm going to read a couple comments, but I do want to say this first. Don't tell me it didn't send this picture either. Now, I uploaded pictures before we went live, guys, and they were here. StreamYard is tripping. But here it is. Let me share it this way. Cassie's husband. Shout out to Cassie's husband, because it was alleged that Diddy hired Cassie's husband as their trainer initially. This man has been a writer for his wife. And it was going around that while he was training her, he saw bruises. And he played a very important role of Cassie finally leaving Diddy. And Alex Fine is his name. He's been speaking out since they got married. As I mentioned, Diddy was in their comments when they got married, congratulating them and all of that. And she shared all of these details with her husband. And throughout the years, even before she filed this suit, he was running for domestic violence, in marathons and all of that. But shout out to him for being a savior, rescuing her from that. And Diddy is done. So a lot of men, a lot of them needed proof. And that's my question to you guys. Are we really and I don't even have to ask this question, but are we really living in the times where I have to have proof that, because proof most times is this video. Proof most times is a still image. But when will a woman's word be enough? When will a woman's word be enough? When will we be believed? And it's a lot of men backtracking. Peter Thomas, I don't have time to show you guys his live, but Peter, just a couple days ago, bro, we are on your side, bro. We need a God will reveal or something. Well, Peter backtracked. He came out, child, with a video yesterday, and he's backtracking. Slim Thug backtracking. A lot of men are still quiet even after this video was released yesterday. Yes, Megan, Slim Thug. And goodness, let me show you guys. This is a guy. I'll show you one more video, and then we will move on with the discussion. But before I do that, Rochelle, hold on. Let me bring this video up so we can have it queued up. And I'm going to pause it. Okay. Rochelle, thank you. Let me read your comment, Rochelle. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. You said, just like he paid someone off for this footage, I'm sure he was paying off some in law enforcement. Facts. That's just what I feel as well. His post, time tells truth, is accurate because what's done in the dark always comes to light. He's a cowardly, evil, abusive, biatch, a Negro. Period. Rochelle, first of all, thank you again. I appreciate your support. Totally agree with you. How convenient that LAPD let this statute of limitations run out, first of all. Secondly, the hotel. If I were Cassie, I would sue their asses too. That's just me. Because if you allowed him to pay you off over something that he could probably still be in jail for right now, I'm coming after you as well. So I know she got that settlement from Diddy, which is not enough. I wish she could sue him again. I wish she could sue him for everything. And I wish any woman that experienced that under by his hands, I hope they all sue him until he's homeless, until he's living on a corner somewhere right there in Skid Row in Hollywood. I do. But Rochelle, when it comes to BAN, do you guys know that it was Diddy who pinned her? I was talking to my sister on the phone this morning. She mentioned it, or she said it, child. She called him that. And I let her know it was him that penned that term, BAN. And look at God, because he is at the top of that list when it comes to Diddy as far as being a BAN. Disgusting human being. Disgusting. And I hate that picture that I wanted to bring up of him did not upload. But I don't know. And Rochelle, let me properly thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
One last thing for you. Tell them to bring me my money.
Thank you again. For those of you that's joined me late, trigger warning. We are having a tough discussion this morning when it comes to DV. Anybody that has experienced DV, prayers going up. Bobby said, what is BAN? BAN is a biatch, arse, trying to say it nice for YouTube, Negro. Biatch, arse, Negro. That's what it means for. That's what it stands for. Sorry. No, 803 is where I be. Stevie J is still all up on Diddy's jock. But this picture right here, I think this was when Cassie first came out. Somebody snapped this picture of Diddy, and even this, he had a photographer. So this wasn't somebody that just paparazzi. Paparazzi didn't just catch him out. He said, oh, he snapped this picture of me so I could look like I'm worried and I'm concerned and I happen to have my phone in my hand. This man is a monster. That's just it. That's all. But as I mentioned, Gina, and I hate it. I'm sorry, you guys, because I had all these pictures and they did not upload correctly. But a young girl named Gina gave an interview with Tasha K, and she said that Diddy stumped her so bad that the child that she was pregnant with by him, she lost it. A lot of people didn't believe Gina, and I hope Gina is suing his arse as well. I hope she's suing him because, you know, monetarily he should be done. I think this man probably will, because look, yeah, this was years ago with Cassie, but behavior like this does not stop. And Young Miami, are you going through it? You holding up signs, hey Poppy, hello Poppy, and all of that mess. If she comes out and try to act like she's still with this man, her career should be over. Now, if she experienced DV, she needs to speak up. Speak up. Cassie eventually had the guts to speak up, and it was so hard yesterday. As I mentioned, I was out and about, so I wasn't on social media much, but whenever I just so happened to click on just to see if it was an update to the story or whatever, all I saw was that video. So I hope that she was off social media and remain off of social media, because that is reliving what happened. But somebody else, child, that said that they were triggered was Destiny Payton. You guys see Destiny on the screen. She said, this is so triggering. Survivors praying for Cassie. And I will say this, I am not doubting at all that Destiny has experienced this. I'm just wondering why we haven't heard about it in detail, because LeBarrett can't stop that. So come out here and tell, you on the show again. Come out here and tell. It's not going to be authentic for me. And look, prayers going up to Destiny as well if she experienced this. But Destiny, as I just mentioned, has been on this show. She had a 1-year hiatus. She wasn't on it. And she's had time to tell this story. LeBarrett, I don't care what's in the court docs. There's not a judge out here, because if so, you could sue them as well, that can tell you you cannot talk about what this man put you through. So will Destiny speak up on it now? I believe so. But I also just feel like she's speaking up on it now because she had that break. You know, and I think that she want to try to come and bring something, but I am praying for her if she went through it. She was on the Shade Room, child. You guys know that was after Destiny got released. After she got released, child. And she was also spotted in Atlanta at Bloomingdale's with Portia and Yandy. This was less than 24 hours after being released. And I don't know about you guys. Clout is a hell of a drug. I'm just gonna go and say I feel like she clout chasing. And I feel like Destiny needs to sit down. Don't worry about being seen at these events and all of that. Sit down and try to get yourself together where you won't land yourself back in the slammer. I don't get it. You know, but it's her. LaShawn Williams, again, thank you so much. And Barbara Cobb, thank you as well for joining the Cutie Crew. And to Rochelle, thank you so much for the super chats. As far as Diddy taunting Cassie, there was also an appearance that he made at an award show recently. I think that was a year or two ago. And in that, no, I think that maybe it was last year before she sued him. I would have to really go back. It's in my inbox, but I'm not going to share it. But in that, he was accepting an award for something. And he said, shout out to Cassie for sticking by me during the hard times. And baby, he was not lying, okay? He was not lying. She stuck by him until she had had enough. And I'm sure, I thought about this as well. Just seeing him run down that hallway and chase her, it was said that Diddy had people post up. Naturally, he got her an apartment in LA that she had been staying in. I believe there was also one in New York. But there were people posted outside where she couldn't leave without him knowing. Somebody would make a call. Okay, she's leaving. Okay, she's back. And he kept tabs on her. So when I saw her running down that hallway and all of that, I had to think, how did she eventually escape? I'm sure it took a master plan where she had to put that in motion. Again, we're talking about a man with power, a man with money, and just a demon. Just a demon. And I hope that if it is, not if, because the LAPD said it is beyond the statute of limitations for her, I'm hoping it's not for somebody else. I think he needs to be right where R. Kelly is. It's a whole lot about this man. You guys just think about it. It is a whole lot that has not been said, and everybody need to speak up because it's done now. There's no need to be scared. I will walk into the nearest police station and tell it all, or go to an attorney and let them get the ball rolling. He's done for me. Anybody, and I hate this because even Biggie, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see when it comes to Notorious Big, but I don't want to see a performance of Diddy. I don't want to hear anything Diddy related. I just don't. He's a monster. And again, he got these kids. His poor son, I don't even know if I want to say poor because look, that's grown, okay? Christian had the nerve, child, to go after 50 Cent last week in a diss track. Are you crazy? 50 Cent is one of the most persistent trolls on Instagram. He will not stop. He will dig up everything. And that didn't age well. The little goofball, Diddy's son, that he groomed, in my opinion, also in his beef diss song, admitted information that the feds may now look into. He said, yeah, you guys raided the house, but we also purchased the house next door. Y'all should have been there. What? You just gonna come out here and get him all this information, right? But as I mentioned, he too is in a lawsuit, and allegedly he attacked a woman that was a part of the staff on one of their yachts when they were traveling. And he's 24, 25. His girlfriend, she's a clout chaser. She come out yesterday, me and my man on the beach or whatever, half dressed. Read the room. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. She's older than him and all of that. But yeah, if little Christian Combs was groomed by his daddy, I'm sorry. I have pity if he was groomed by his daddy, but if he did something illegal, they can lock him up too. Stevie J, they can lock him up too. Joe Budden, they can lock him up too. It's a lot of people that have been complacent, especially men. I'm gonna play this one. He goes by My Sunny General. he was one that I wouldn't necessarily say caping for Diddy, but he was one that needed proof. And damn, what y'all want to see him you know, in a casket? Will that be proof enough? Most times, especially when it's a man of means and power, sure, you're going to have some money grab attempts. But as I mentioned, the fear that a woman, I'm speaking from a woman perspective, a fear that a woman may have knowing that he has all these connections, possible with the PD, possibly with this person, that person, and all of that. He could have me harmed. He could have my family harmed. He could do this, do that. Yeah, they're going to be quiet. But if they do come out, can you believe them the first time? So before I get to you guys' comments, I've been talking for 47 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button for me. Let me play you this video. This guy, my Sonny General. And look, for me, I'm going to give partial credit. Better late than never when it comes to standing up for what's right. I will give partial credit. You guys know a lot of us are here because we do talk about Love and Mary Huntsville. I will give partial credit to anybody on that show that will hold Martell accountable. Haven't been able to yet. I say partial because believe people the first time, especially when you see the signs. So I'm going to give my Sonny General partial credit as well. But let's take a look at what he had to say. This is backtracking, but he held him accountable. Peter Thomas did too. But it shouldn't take all of this for me. Shouldn't have taken that video for you to say, you know what, I don't think she lying. No, it shouldn't take that. But let's take a look, guys. Then I'm going to read some comments. Then we're going to be out of here. Give me 1 minute. I got 3-4 phones going on. Okay. Is it on the screen? Okay, it is there. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Let me unmute it. All right. So he said it's coward shiznit. Coward shiznit is coward shiznit no matter who does it. That's what he say now. People in the comments, this first, before I play it, we told you the first time, but because of your connection with Diddy, you wanted to play it safe. Let me be clear, your silence was your support. And as a leader in advocacy, you understand that loud and clear. However, I'm going to find that in a clip, Kimmy, and I'm going to save that. However, I am happy to see you fully address and condemn him now, respectfully. I agree with that. Let's take a look, guys.
Now, first of all, I want to send prayers out to Cassie. No woman in the world should have to endure anything like that. At no point should a woman have to endure that. That a man would treat a woman like that. At no point. You know, when we talk about coward culture, this shit is the epitome of what coward culture is. Because not only is the coward culture the coward that beats on women in a manner that Diddy beat on this woman, not only is that coward culture, because that is extreme coward culture. The fact that you would beat a woman as she once walks away from you, helpless, and beat that woman like that is some of the biggest coward shit I ever seen in my life.
I want to pause real quick because he's speaking of coward culture, and it's also cowardly to me to not believe it the first time. It's all that's cowardly. But shout out to him for now speaking out. Let's continue.
But what's even bigger in the coward culture is that you constantly denied that shit. Right? That you stood around and some of us have men in principle who don't know what's going on and have known you and rather than to just jump on the bandwagon and the bus with a bunch of niggas that just want to see shit go down, rather than do that, we reserved judgment and we waited and you knew shit like this was out there, and you denied it.
Reserved judgment and waited. What do you guys think about that? We'll have a quick discussion about that once I'm done with this. Reserved judgment and waited. Is that what people should do? Let me know in the comments.
Like a coward. You denied that this should even happen as a coward. A real man, first of all, would have never did it, but if he would have did that, he would have owned up as a man and seek some level of retribution and seek some level of help. But a coward will constantly deny it because nobody's seen it. A coward lacks integrity. It's levels of integrity that's there that you just lack as a man. So what happens is you have levels of coward that is unmatched by any other coward. Because you didn't even apologize public. You need to give a public apology to the world, to your kids, your son out here fighting on your behalf, trying to save the name, and you knew this shit was out there, and like a coward, you stood around and didn't even own up as a man. It's some of the deepest coward shit I ever seen. I hope that whatever you do is seek some level of help, and I hope that you understand why this is happening. I hope that you understand. I hope you seek God. I hope you do something, because this right here is pretty much the biggest cowardly act I've ever seen in my life. Biggest cowardly act I've ever seen in my life. Never could I stand by or with any man that would conduct himself in this way. There's some coward shit. Anybody who knew this was happening and stood around is a fucking coward. Anybody that still stands around a nigga that do some shit like this is a coward. This is complete coward culture. Complete coward culture. And I think over the last couple of weeks, we've seen an overload of coward culture. I can't be mad at women that don't feel safe around men no more. I can't be mad at women that don't believe that men are going to protect them and see men as bigger threats. I can't be mad at them. Anybody that can is just stupid. We have failed. It's time for us to take back our space as men. It's time for the real men, some of us who really will die to protect women. It ain't just words. That ain't just hiding and becoming all this other shit behind the closed scenes that beating. Nah, the real men that really take care need to step up. Once again, this Diddy shit was the biggest cowardly act, compounded by it. And not only did you compound it, but you taunted that woman. You knew what you did to that woman. And rather than let her go be free, you made songs about it.
Sure did.
This is some sick diabolical shit. This is coward culture to the next level. You gave us shout outs at fucking awards, knowing what you did to that woman, knowing that why she wasn't there. It's coward shit. Coward shit. No man of any level of principle could even stand next to some shit like this.
That's right.
The biggest cowardly act I've ever seen in my life play out. This is some real coward shit. There's no ifs, ands, buts. There's no reasoning. There's nothing. It's coward culture to the highest power.
All right. There you have it. Let me stop sharing my screen and let me turn him off. And we're going to go ahead and get into a quick discussion. But some key points that I picked up on. No man with principles will stand next to men like Diddy if they have any traits. So yes, we can relate this to Carlos King when it comes to the many discussions that we have about love and Mary Huntsville. You're a coward for continuing to fund, as Mel said, Martell, knowing that there is abuse. So We haven't seen proof of video of abuse, but we have most definitely seen mental abuse when it comes to Martell and Mel. So just throwing that in there for Carlos. I am going to give this guy kudos for coming out and flipping the script. But again, can we be believed? Can you believe us when we come out and say it initially? He said that it's time for men to step up. I totally agree. It is a different age and time now. Let me say this, because growing up, and we see countless of stories. I do, because I follow a lot of pages on YouTube when it comes to the abuse that women go through, all of the stories. And it seems like, hey, you can meet a man and 3 months later, unfortunately, you're unalived. It's a lot. But back in the day, women, I'm speaking for myself, and I was a child, felt protected. The men didn't play when it comes to abuse of women or children. Women or children, felt protected playing outside. My thing was then, and it still is today. Don't let me have to give my big brother. Still today. That is the culture that I grew up in. Protected. Everybody knew. Don't say nothing to her. That's so and so little sister. Don't try to holler at her. That's so and so little sister. My brother, my daddies, my nephews, my uncles, my every man in my family just did not play. But I think that is what's missing today. Diddy came up with the term biatch arse Negroes, and there's a lot of them out here. It's a lot of them out here that will see these men do things and don't hold them accountable for it. Women aren't protected today. They aren't. Scroll through YouTube, look at some of these male podcasts, and just listen. I watch a couple of them. Just listen. They can't even address a woman if they're not calling her a biatch. I don't play that. And you guys heard me say that time and time again. I don't play it as terms of endearments. And I definitely don't play that with a man, calling me a biatch. But they address their women as biatches. Well, this biatch I used to date. Well, this biatch, where they do that at? Now, I'm just going to go back to Chicago men that I knew. Shout out to them, because that wasn't common, maybe if you was arguing with them or something, they may have called you a biatch, and then it's on and popping from there. But addressing the men that I knew, whether I dated them or not, male friends and all of that, they did not address women as biatches. And I don't want to call out any states in particular, but because it's a lot of them, and I'll call out the entertainers, the rappers, and all of that. But it's a lot of New York guys that I've seen on podcasts, and that's how they address women. That biatch was, it's just a mess. So I agree with what my sonny said, as far as these men need to take back their space as men. I think, and I'm gonna read a couple comments, but I think what the problem is a lot of men feel like women are their property. They feel like women are their property. That's whether if you are their girlfriend, or if you married them, or if you had a baby by them, and all of that. A lot of them feel like they're in, and that's what I think Diddy felt like. Cassie and anybody else is and was his property. And if it's your property, you could do whatever you want to your property. And I hope he end up under the jail. My sister said worse. again, the family that we come from, we calling them boys. And my sister said on the phone this morning, yeah, somebody need to. You guys know the rest. We calling them boys. That's just it. That's all. So you may get away with a little taunting. You may get away with a little slick talking, but I can guarantee you, we calling them boys. And you don't know them boys, which means they ain't gonna know who to look for. So that's the fate that my sister wants for Diddy. And look, it is what it is. I ain't got nothing for him. I hope and pray that his daughters don't end up with somebody like him. I say that when it comes to Martell Holt as well. Anybody else as well. Anybody else that's out here operating in a manner where, you know what you're doing. I hope your daughters don't end up with men like you. Anthony, that's what my sister said. So the only other option is what, child? I can't say it on YouTube. The only other option is what? If jail and prison is too good, them boys. Ooh, child. I'm gonna have to say that for the cutie crew. But don't find yourself on the side of a highway covered in maggots. That's just keeping it real. Heartbroken is understatement of watching that video. I share with the cutie crew. I suffered DV years ago with an ex-boyfriend, and I could have been unalived. Your girl had to think on her feet and use reverse psychology, but I could have been unalived. And so yeah, I was triggered. And unfortunate for my ex, he's no longer here because years after me, he dated somebody and jumped on her, and her girlfriend, her friend that was with her at the time, defended themselves and unalived him. And I must say, I was not shocked that he left in that way. So it's some sick people, men and women, and prayers going up. Rochelle, thank you again. You said, where was the reserved judgment on the behalf of Cassie? So many men and women accused Cassie of lying. Yes, they did. A money grab. Yes, they did. And trying to destroy his reputation. Yes, they did. The same for Melody. So many others who get courage to tell. Can you make it any plainer than that, Rochelle? Can you make it any plainer? Facts. And that's my thing, even when it comes to Mel. Number one, she has no reason to lie. Number two, she didn't try to take that man for anything when she left him. Child support, none of that. Didn't say you can't see your kids, none of that. He kept everything in the house, all of it. All she wanted is to be done with it. And all she's done since then has what she got a right to do. Tell her story. The same taunting, guys, that we see that Diddy has done to Cassie is the same taunting that we've seen Martell do. Stop bullying me. That's what Martell says. Stop bullying me. And when will the men and women stand up when it comes to Mel? Just like my Sonny General said, no man with principles or woman, I'm going to throw that in there, will stand next to men like that. And all we see standing by Martell, oh, it was just a text message. Oh yeah, he just roughed the guy up backstage. Oh yeah, he just came into a shoot that we were filming and caused the scene and allegedly pushed somebody down. When will enough be enough? And I told you guys, I really, really do keep it straight with no chaser. And what are they waiting for to not have Mel to go through this. People say she should leave the show. Why? Instead of the cowards that are in this culture, instead of them standing up and saying, you know what, we've seen enough, especially now the man being convicted. If they are filming with Martell, it should have stopped immediately. Time will tell as this season go on. So it's not until you're proven. He's been convicted. Is that enough, Carlos? Is that enough? So thank you again, Rochelle. I appreciate you so much. Thank you again for the super chat. Let me acknowledge you in the way that I know that I need to. Let me take your comment down, but thank you again. I appreciate it. The DV hotline is on the screen for anybody that needs it. I'm gonna read some comments because a lot of you guys have been talking about being triggered. Make sure to read it. But let me thank Rochelle.
I gotta say for you. Tell them to bring me my money.
Thank you again.
All right. For you.
I'm gonna go to some comments now, but let's put it in the atmosphere. It is my prayer and it is my hope that there's somebody else that experienced something recently or within the statute of limitations where charges can be filed when it comes to Diddy. Before I get to the comments, even this, there was a stage where, and it was said that Diddy made Cassie shave the side of her hair, as in this picture. Well, she also went through a point where, I forgot the term. Is it androgynous? What is the term, guys? I will try to look it up real quick because I think that's wrong. That I'm saying. Okay, it is. Androgynous is an adjective and is used to describe someone who is neither specifically feminine nor masculine and has characteristics or natures of both male and female. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Shay and Sunny Golden. I said it off the top of my head, but I was like, is that it? That is it. So anyway, Cassie went through that stage, but they said that even wasn't her decision. It was Diddy's. And the reason why he wanted her to look like have boy features is because he was allegedly into men as well. So let me make you walk around. This picture, she didn't look as boyish, but they said that when she had to shave her head, Diddy made her do it. When she had to wear the clothes where she was looking boyish, tomboyish, and all of that, that was all Diddy. He's a monster. And I'm going to get this picture off my screen. He's a monster, and I hope that he goes all the way down. All the way down. I don't care if he got billions. That means everybody keeps suing that Negro until he ain't got a penny left. He deserves, in my opinion, to be right there on Skid Row in Hollywood. So for him to even come out and say, truth will tell. Was that the exact words? I believe so. Truth will tell. Whatever he said, that was taunting as well. So enough is enough. But let me read some quick comments. Shout out to you guys again. Currently, we have 361 of you in the chat, in the building. If you are watching from the bushes, shout out to you. Please hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Shout out again to the Cutie crew. Shout out to each and every one of you cuties spending this Saturday morning with me. Thank you, Tawana. Thank you so much, sis. This was a hard one. This is a hard one. Speaking on this, if you've seen it, if your loved ones or friends have experienced it, if you've experienced it yourself, how can you not be triggered? Let me
Plenty
properly thank you,
dollars. Plenty
Tawana.
dollars. Can we get
All right.
plenty dollars?
Oh, I didn't mean to play that again. Thank you again, sis. I appreciate you. We will be having Let Loose Lounge this evening on Patreon, or if you're a Cutie Crew member, in a couple hours, once I make a thumbnail and all of that, Cutie Crew members, check the community wall and you will see the link that will be the live watch party and our Let Loose Lounge that follows after the episode. So I will be posting that in a couple hours. But let's read some comments. It was the cultural shift of the 80s. Look how women were referred to in music before and after. Some rap music made a point of diminishing women. Sonny Golden, you are absolutely right. I think that's when the shift started, when it comes to what we intake. And I hate to say it, I was a listener of a lot back in the day. I even told the Cutie Crew months ago, my mama used to stomp cassette tapes. So I'm aging myself if she heard us playing any of that mess. But yeah, around my time, that's when it started. Gone are the days of just the love songs, R&B, where you could slow dance, this or that. And look, a lot of these women entertainers now play a part in it as well. I can't wait for this stripper culture to be over. Even when it comes to women, it is ruining a lot of women as far as them going out here and look, if you got surgery, it's your business. But I'm talking about the influence that they have on culture. And even a lot of the songs that a lot of the women rap about and all of that today, it's about giving fellatio and this or that. It's gross. So they play a part now. Back in the day, I'm from the Queen Latifah era, Salt and Pepper era, all of that. They weren't this grimy. Lil' Kim had a little spice, but it's a mess. Red Ann, you said, as a survivor of DV, it's hard to speak about it, but a voice gives power to the issue. It's not okay for a man to put his hands on a woman. And sis, I'm praying for you. You've shared parts of your story before. And yeah, a voice does give power. So if any of you are at the point where you feel like you are strong enough to speak out, do that, because it can empower somebody else. But if you aren't strong enough, we understand that as well, and reach out to a therapist or the DV hotline or a friend or somebody. Don't carry around your abuser's mess. Free yourself. And Red Ann is absolutely right. The voice gives power. Let's see. The sins of the father. LeBron talking about that child that was groomed. He ain't no child. He's 24 now. And he's cocky like his daddy. He looked like his daddy. Even his eyes have the same glare to me that Diddy's eyes does. But anybody that has been in a relationship, because we know, off track real quick, Drea, who had the baby by the guy Jalen was once with Diddy's son's girlfriend, Bria. So when she was dating Christian, and I would say that, especially with this alleged news going around, that this man had video camera, hidden cameras in every room. I hope people like that have their attorneys to look in things to see, look, am I on tape? I was dating his son. We may have been laid up in the bedroom. We may have been doing things. I need to know if this man was getting a kick out of that. So sick. But yeah, if the son has done something, although I feel like he may have been groomed, he should be held accountable, period. Look, if I do something illegal, hold me accountable. That's why I have nothing illegal. But you know, it is what it is. He needs to take, yes, El Chapo. Go ahead on down there with R. Kelly, El Chapo, anybody else. They say that, child, so much going on. We'll have to have another discussion about this, but people have been trying to say that Diddy is feds. Kanye said it before. I'm not saying nothing to you. You the feds, you the feds, you the feds. If he has any ties to that, he may find himself in the same predicament as Epstein. I'm just gonna keep it there. Depending on who he was in cahoots with, you know, they'll find a way to make sure you don't tell on them. Baby girl said, chit chat, a lot of times I am scared of men, especially when they get so angry and aggressive. You're a victim of SA, and it's hard at times to try to get over it. I am so sorry, baby girl. And I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard. And you know that we are praying for you as well. And yeah, this anger that they have, you know, cat calling has been out for quite some time. You know, you walk past, hey, cutie, can I get your number? And all of that. But at some point, even that turned into aggressiveness. And FUB, you know, if you don't, you know, I got a man, you know, and keep walking. Oh, there's no telling what you can experience. So I agree. I'm sorry that you're scared. And I think a lot of women are. A lot of women are, based off of what we now see. Gone are the days of, I just saw a comment that made me lose my train of thought. Diddy released a statement saying that that is an AI video. Get out of here, driver's seat. And I'm not saying you get out of here, but if that is the case, he can go ahead and get on up out of here. That is not AI. AI is very popular now, but that ain't it. But let me know where you saw that driver's seat. Okay, I see where revolts. You know, Diddy used to be over Revolt. He stepped down as the chairman back in November, but they've released a statement. Yeah, I don't see that driver's seat. I'm looking at your comment on my phone. Child, that wasn't AI at all. And that's why that man settled as quickly as he did. Let me read a couple comments. I mean, the report says so much evil things that she had to do and let anything be done to her. This is so different. Yeah, I guess Stormy and the cast members say a black man shouldn't get locked up. That's what the raindrops say. Neil Fletcher said, child. Neil Fletcher. No, they should be locked up if they break the law. That's just period. Diddy normalize his behavior for his kids? You are scared for his daughters. They say he sometimes hurt Kim, Cassie, and others in front of them. Yeah, I don't know if it was in front of them, but it has been going around that he most definitely hurt Kim, daughter, Cassie, allegedly Misa. I'm so shocked at Misa, because you guys remember when Justin, his son, had a DUI, and Misa came out and, you know, tried to blame Diddy for that. She said allegedly Justin was at a party that his dad was having, and he left and he was driving. Well, Justin is the oldest child, which is he probably hitting on 30. And I felt like she couldn't blame Diddy for that. But she also said that, and I'm going to start talking, she wasn't playing about her baby boy. Well, she changed her tone. I think Diddy gave her a couple million. Go ahead and shut up, girl. Because under that, he even taunted her. She was upset, and he said, Queen. I forgot what he commented exactly, but I understand, Queen, or it's all right, Queen. Something he said. Just the balls of the Negro of knowing what he's done. And that's over. That's over. Some people have a father or brother, and some of us don't, and trust our man to protect us, but they end up being the one to almost unalive us. We be so hard to run because of the fear. Ooh, Miss Fifi, that was hard to read. And I want to put this up. I want to put this up. Hold on one second. I'll just put this one up. That was hard to read. And yeah, gone are the days, unfortunately, of a lot of women feeling protected. I would be lying to you guys if I didn't admit that since I made the decision to divorce and it's still fresh, that there are times that I feel unprotected. Child, I kicked myself out the studio. I got to get rid of this gaming mouse. It has buttons on the side where if you click it, but I must admit that it's been times that I felt unprotected. How could you not? I'm single, so you feel unprotected. If I see a big scorpion, I'm unprotected. I saw a gecko. Gecko's taking over my damn yard. I feel unprotected. That's just small stuff. But imagine the big stuff. If you hear something and I'm all the way upstairs, I got to run downstairs. I live in a safe community, so most times I feel okay. But yeah, a lot of men, Miss Fifi, unfortunately, they turn out to be not what they were tasked to be, especially if you end up marrying them or look, you got to get to marriage. So the protection for me starts in the dating phase. And if you don't show those qualities, most times we just not going to make it. But prayers going up to you. It's sad. It really, really is. And you're right. We cannot trust a lot of men. And I'm not a male hater. I am not a male hater. Love some men. Child, I may go outside of my race next time. I don't know. I had a discussion with a couple of my friends. I don't know, child, about these black men. I may have to go ahead. But prayers going up, Miss Fifi. It is a fear that a lot of us, unfortunately, carry around. And I hope that if your comment was of a personal nature, that you have a village, you have a tribe, you have people that that you can release that, and so you can feel safer. That's to anybody in the chat. If you have experienced this, number one, reach out to the DV hotline. They can point you into the direction of counselors and therapists and all of that. And we have to take our power back. That's exactly what says Senior Chief. Thank you so much. We have to take our power back. I'm gonna highlight your comment, but we have to take our power back. We have to take that fear away. Again, we speaking a lot about love and marriage Huntsville, and yeah, I see a strong male when she go live, and I see a strong male that she's left that situation and all of that. But I know that there are a lot of times where she even felt fearful. How could you not? And fearful most times, a lot of times, is not only physical, scared that somebody gonna hit you. It's a lot of ways. Again, DV and abuse is a lot. Mental, physical, financial, all of the above. But let me go down to Senior Chief's comment, and this is what he said. She said, Diddy told me to stay in the light. That was most definitely a threat, child, because may her soul continue to rest in peace. Kim Porter is in the dark now. So it was a threat. Thank you, Senior Chief. That was exactly what he said. Stay in the light, queen. What that mean? And I can guarantee you after that, there was a wire transfer, because Misa has changed her tune. I believe under the Mother's Day post, she was thank you, and no, sir. So that's harmful as well. Stand for something. You have to. But thank you, Senior Chief. I appreciate you.
Plenty dollars. Can we get?
All right, let's read a couple more comments have to scroll. Do I have to scroll up or down over here? Yes, he paid her. I think so. Yes, Bonnie, most of them do. Most of them do until they hit rock bottom. There is no denying. That was no artificial intelligence and all of that. In Cassie's lawsuit, that's one event that she put all of the details in, which means she's carried every detail with her. And it was point by point of what she said is what we saw. That happened to me in my teens. Dude was trying to holler at me and rejected, started calling me B's and 304s. The next time I saw him, I was with my male cousin who checked him. It's unfortunate, Aries love. But yeah, when the culture changed, when these men started really looking as women as property and, saying, Sophia, you a biatch and all of that. And it all boils down to them not being able to accept rejection. That's just it. That's all. Well, I'm glad that your male cousin was able to check them, and I'm sorry you experienced that. I experienced that maybe once. And I think I told you guys another form of disrespect that I experienced was a man in a club palming my behind. And it was on and popping. That's all I could say. You pray this case becomes a catalyst in how we frame DV and treat victims. A victim shouldn't, have to prove worthiness to be believed. This is how men with means get away with such heinous crimes. Totally agree. And I think that that's what they waiting for on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I got to see him doing all this. And they've seen it. Melton's videos of this man stalking her, showing up at dates, cameras all in her face, audio again when it comes to AC. And yeah, you shouldn't have to prove worthiness to be believed. Thank you for that comment, Kay. Driver's seat, there's a lot of young and old men that are bitter because they aren't getting laid. Women have more selection and they go after a small pool of guys. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Again, aren't getting laid or whatever the case may be, that is rejection. And a lot of them don't know how to deal with it. And even when it comes to that, I will never, ever, ever blame the moms, unless you just sitting back, not holding your child accountable. And I'm trying hard not to bring up Martell Hochschild because this is about Diddy. But we saw how Marlene operated with Martell. So I'm not blaming women, but it starts early on in life. Teach your boys how to accept rejection. And if she not going to give you play, guess what? There'll be another young lady. Most times they get angry. Most times they disrespect you, call you out your name or worse. Allegedly, it's a tape. Diddy beat the crap out of Misa. I wouldn't be shocked, Stephanie. I wouldn't be shocked. Yes, Sunny Golden. The girl's name is Gina. And let me tell you guys about this. That's another screenshot that didn't go through. But the Asian girl, Gina, who dated Diddy, you remember describing Diddy hurting Cassie with kids around. Okay. Oh, so Gina said that in the TK interview. All right. I did watch that interview. Maybe I just don't remember that part. But Gina said that he stumped the baby out of her. But Gina came out recently. I think that Gina, and that's why I feel like she needs to go ahead and sue. You ain't got to do no more interviews. Go down to the nearest attorney's office and sue. But she came out recently saying something in response to Young Miami. And what Young Miami said to her was absolutely disgusting. Let me see if I can find it and read it to you guys. Child, with all these phones I have. Hold on. Young Miami's response to her was disgusting. I must have saved it on Instagram. But anyway, Young Miami was like, shut up, B, before I have Diddy to make you get down on your knees and lick my you know what. That was her response. Even that is damaging to Diddy because first of all, why would they come out your Young Miami? Secondly, that lets me know that Young Miami was speaking on the power that Diddy has to make people do something. And she told that girl, he will make you get down on your knees and lick my, you know what? So, based off of that, that was after the Cassie revelation. And Young Miami, if you don't drop this Negro, you better. Her career, by way of Diddy, in my opinion, if she don't make an about face and if she don't speak loudly, yeah, her career is done. Anybody supporting Diddy, their career should be done. Anybody that's supporting anybody that's out here operating in manners that may be considered milder than this, because none of it is mild, but milder than what we saw in this video, they need to be held accountable. So I agree again with what the guy, my sonny general, said. It's time for real men to take back your space. And taking back your space, real men, is stop coddling these Negroes, even if they're your friends. And oh my God, if I go against Diddy, I'll say this, I'll give them this. Some that may have not spoken out at all, yay or nay, is not good to me. But that same power that Diddy holds over women, he holds over a lot of men as well. And if they are in the entertainment industry and they know this man can make a call and everything, all the work that they put in is done, that's how they could have felt. But no, as Red Ann said, there's power in the voice. And everybody, I'm willing to watch and I'm willing to talk about it all day, every day. Everybody needs to start speaking out. Everybody, male or female. Sean said, my ex-husband tried to assault me and our children were present. They were young. And that was the very last time he tried. It was a brawl. Oh my God. So sorry you experienced that in front of your children. So sorry. What I'm not sorry for is to read your ex-husband. Exit out. Exit out. Look, my marriage is over, but I did not experience that. Thank God. But prayers going up to you, because we carry scars. The situation that I was in that happened, over 20 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. Everything, all the details, everything. You believe Christian is intellectually disabled and does what Diddy tells him to do. He even took shots at why do you think he intellectually disabled? Melanated energy. I do think Diddy tells him what to do. Again, I think that Diddy groomed him. Just like I feel Lil Boosie groomed his sons. And, when he hired a SEX worker to come through for them. It's triggering for you. However, over the years, healing has empowered me to never accept this behavior again and help others. And amen, Sugar B. That's what it's about. Look, we have to go through the point of a grieving process. You know what I'm saying? A healing process to process what we went through, to get help for that, to speak about it. But the empowerment that comes after is amazing. And I'm glad that that's where you are. And I'm also happy to hear that you are also helping others. Now, I think that's what Destiny going to try to do. For me, I would have come on the platform with that. So we shall see. Destiny says she was trigger child. But excellent job, Sugar B. That's what we need. All right, guys, I'm going to read a couple more comments and we out of here. Taking some self-defense. Look, Stephanie, taking some self-defense classes to help empower yourself if you're not alone. If you are alone. June 18th, is that a Saturday? It's not self-defense class, chat. No, it may be the 13th. No, shoot. Yeah. It's in July, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm already signed up for the license to carry for this state. But yes, I agree with that as well. Self-defense classes, ladies, being active so we can move in case something happens, try to run. That's another thing that we're doing with the Cutie crew, getting active, and self-defense classes or concealed to carry and all of that. You got to do what you have to do because, again, we are not living in a time where we feel protected out here at all. A woman shouldn't have to be respectable to be believed. Yes. Why did she stay? Should also not be a question anyone asks a victim under any circumstance. I totally agree with that. You know, look, that goes in the same path of, well, she shouldn't have been wearing that. A lot of SA victims out here. Look what she had on, a little short miniskirt and this and that. No. Hey, LaDawn, I see you. Hey, Tyra. All right, guys, I'm going to scan through. This has been a tough conversation, but a good conversation. Cutie crew, you guys know we will continue this discussion in our members only live. But for those of you that are not Cutie crew members, and if you would like to be, make sure to join the Cutie crew. The perks are, it's a sisterhood. Those are my perks. It's a sisterhood. We let loose. I apologize about the other night. Not really, but y'all let loose the other night. It was crazy. But we have deep discussions. Just reading some comments. And I said, I remember you sharing that, sis. So I remember you talking about this. That is an attempt for us to free ourselves as well. And, a lot of us, we haven't seen each other, met each other in person or anything else. And that don't mean that relationships can't be formed. And that's what we do when it comes to the Cutie crew. And my sick man, I remember, I don't want to call it sick, but I just have a memory. I remember damn near every story. I'm worried about somebody that I haven't seen in quite some time. I'm not going to say her name on this live, but I'm worried about her right now because I haven't seen her. And let me write it down. I'm going to reach out to her on Instagram. So link in the chat if you want to join the Cutie crew. And another perk of the Cutie crew is the Let Loose Lounge on Patreon. If you guys are not following me on Patreon, a lot of my content that I drop on YouTube, I will start dropping on Patreon as well. Because on Patreon, it will be ad-free. But, I'm not going to drop it as soon as I drop it on YouTube. You guys make sure to watch it on YouTube. But just to build up a little more content over there, that will be for free. Let Loose Lounge, you have to be a member either. How come this note not open? It's probably under something. The Let Loose Lounge, where we let loose. We're letting loose after Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight after we watch it. And we will also be letting loose going forward. I'm covering things. I can't wait for Married to Medicine to start. I can't wait for Real Housewives of Atlanta to start. Anything that we got to let loose about, that will be done through Cutie Crew members only private Patreon lives. So that is in the comment section as well. Join me on that. Miss Wynn, I'm gonna read your comment and we out of here. You said, I work with DV survivors and is not as simple for them. For those of us who have not experienced it, it's a simple answer. But for those who have experienced it, it is more complicated. It is. And look, you don't even have to be married or have children if you stay in a situation where you've experienced abuse. I didn't stay, but he was able to convince me for about a week. And I just couldn't feel safe. And then I just completely ended it with him. But it is very complicated because they are very cunning, calculating. And imagine if you got $1 billion. I'm sure Cassie Chow woke up with new cars, new purses, money in her account, this and that. And, okay, driver seat. Now, I don't know if you're a troll or not. Based off of this discussion, how do you think? How did your mind even think to put that in the comment section? Is Diddy a high value man? Did you find anything in this comment section, driver's seat, that looked high value when it comes to the discussion of Diddy? And if you get more AI information, you just gonna keep it to yourself. We ain't falling for it, okay? But before I go, can you answer the question? What has been high value like as far as your question that's on the screen? Is Diddy a high value man? I'm going to give you a second and we out of here. Driver's seat. We waiting. Was that video high value? Can a man that is high value operate in that manner? That don't mean high value though. Value is what? If you have values, driver's seat, if you automatically have a lot of money, does that mean that you have value? If your status, you got status, does that mean value? Power and influence, value, high value. Value is a person's principles or standards of behavior. I'm reading you the definition and I'm out of here. Definition is a person's principles or standards of behavior. It don't say money, status, power, or influence. One's judgment of what is important in life. That's value, driver's seat. All right, driver's seat. I was gonna let you rock, but child, we're gonna go ahead and do this, okay? You said, look at all the flies that are swarming and all of that. We ain't doing that. Go ahead on somewhere. Go away from us with this, okay? Yeah, Aries love. He or she is out of here. He or she is out of here. Driver seat, I tried to let you rock with the AI comment. I gave you the side eye, though. Because, see, you're trying to spread the message. Oh, that could not have been him. I peeped it, but I let you rock. People can have their own opinions. But now you come in here talking about swarming on shiznit and is Diddy a high value man? Answer that question for yourself, okay? Are you? Because you couldn't be even typing that. Thank you, Brittany Janae. We're going to end this on Brittany Janae's comment. High value men don't put their hands on women, okay? And again, driver's seat, look it up. Why you looking every damn thing up? Everything else up. Why you looking up AI? If it is or isn't, look up the definition. A person's principles or standards of behavior. One's judgment of what is important in life. That's a valuable person. Tyra, you good, sis. I'm praying for your sister. You are good. No need to apologize. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this discussion this morning. Shout out to the new Cutie members, Barbara Cobb, LaShawn Williams, and shout out to Senior Chief Tawana and Rochelle for the super chats this morning. I appreciate you guys. This was a tough discussion. We welcome you in members only. Again, Cutie Crew, look out for the link for the Let Loose Lounge. I got to do some chores, clean up my house. Oh, I'm going to show you guys. I may put up a video. There was fireworks show that I was able to see from my backyard last night. That's why I miss living in this community, because I was able to see it back then as well. It was beautiful. I may share that with the Cutie crew, or I don't know, just regular. But look out on the community wall. In order to not confuse anybody, there will be one post on the community wall today for the Cutie crew. And in that post, you will have the link to our Patreon live watch party of Love and Marriage Huntsville, as well as our Let Loose Lounge. I will see you guys then. I thank you guys so very much. Prayers going up again to anybody that has experienced DV, to anybody that knows someone, male or female, that's experienced DV. Let's be there for each other. Let's be a shoulder to lean on, a listening ear. But if you don't have that, reach out to me on Instagram. I mean it. You need somebody to talk to, reach out to me on Instagram so we can chat. Reach out to this DV hotline. Reach out to your friends, your family, somebody that you trust. Good Bad Apple said this before. You can't trust everybody with your stuff. And she wasn't lying. So this has to be somebody that you really, really trust. Or join the Cutie crew and get the support, non-judgmental support of other women, and it's a couple men over there. But I love you guys. I will chat with you soon. Aries Love said, Diddy did it. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna say that's it, and that's all in with some D's, child. Diddy did it. That's like Wanda. That's all. That's it. That's all. Period. Point blank. Okay. But thank you guys again. Thank you for this amazing Saturday morning live. I enjoyed it, although it was heavy, although it was a trigger warning. It's always good when we can come together and discuss real issues. More not real. It's not like we don't discuss real issues, but important things such as this. So more of this to come as well. But you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm gonna get these chores done so I can get ready for you guys tonight. Shout out again to the Cuties, the Cutie crew, the Cutie mods, and the replay gang. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT.